Our next destination then is going to be found closer to the centre of the map than at least where we are right now. So we're just outside the Strand here. There might be a quicker teleport location, but I think this is the only one that we have that will actually bring us the closest to the next quest location, which is still a bit of a distance away, unfortunately. So we need to head back through this tunnel area, or in between the cliffs rather, in order to make our way to the, you know, inward sea area. I'm just going to go ahead and sort this battle out. And you'll see the quest location, or the next story location, as you get close, because it's surrounded by this big blue orb of light. So we're just going to head towards that, and then when we get this dialogue box, we're just going to go ahead and select yes to playing the harp here. And this is why we now have access to this area, because of this harp. We didn't have this before, so we couldn't actually proceed. But now, obviously, we can. And, yep, we're going down into the water. And the next area is going to be called Nautica. So yeah, it is an undersea level, undersea zone, whatever you want to call it. But fortunately, we still get to run around as normal. One thing I hate in pretty much, you know, just all the video games across the board is underwater levels. But not because I despise the water or the, you know, the design of the zones, but it's the movement. Whether it's Mario, whether it's WoW, whatever the case may be, Sonic, I just cannot stand the limited movement that your characters have to face against when you're generally doing water levels. So when that isn't a problem, such as here for instance, then I guess I love water levels. But normally this isn't the case, so I'm very grateful that it is here. And as we enter, we can see there's a mermaid, so we'll go ahead and say hello. And we can board the ship again if we want to by speaking to her. So I'm going to select no for this for now. Instead, if we look around here somewhere, I believe there's a sparkly point. First of all, yes, we'll go ahead and grab that. We get a piece of water sedge. And if we just head over this way, I just want to check the map here, make sure I don't miss it. There's another sparkly point not far away, just up in this section. There it is. And that's another piece of water sedge. And as we attempt to leave this alcove area, the rainbow starts glowing, which means that the orb that we're hopefully going to be getting next is nearby. So hopefully you remember, we've got a few orbs already, but there's some that we don't have. So that's what we're collecting right now. And here we're going to look at the zone. So we can see there's lots of mermaid people around this place.
This place is a veritable paradise under the sea. Just when you think you've seen it all, you find yourself in Mermaid Town.
So we can breathe underwater now? That harp is something else. Well, now we're here, I guess we can find out if that story about the giant pearl is just an old wives' tale or not.
Finding the orb is important, but we need to talk to the Queen first. We have to tell her about Michelle.
Okay, so it looks like we're going to be heading over to the Queen, but there's just a couple of items we can grab before we do that. So we're going to continue on following the fairly linear path. We can chat to this one here. One of these mermaids actually is really useful to speak to because they give us the option of healing up, and I don't actually need healing, you know, all that badly right now. But I'll just check if it's this one actually. We might have gone past her. Nope. Okay, well anyway, there's a few shops around this place as you can clearly see. Is it this one here? The mermaids are quite camouflaged because of the water, aren't they? Yes, so this is the mermaid I was speaking of. You can speak to her if you need to heal up. and a lot of the shops are currently out of order right now, so we can't purchase from them. You can actually go ahead and purchase from the item shop if you so wish to do so, but there's nothing really there that's going to be, you know, of standout purchase for you at this point. But by all means, top up on your wares if you want to do so. And we're going to head up now towards the open area. So we're getting close to the church. But there's a sparkly point we can nab around this place. So just over to the left as we come into the open area here. Should be around here. Where's it gone? There it is. Hidden by the blue coral. And just before we go and speak to the Queen, we're going to go around the back of the church here. And there's a chest hidden out the way containing another useful mini medal. So make sure you don't miss that one. And the Queen is actually going to be in here. So run her back around the front. Don't need to speak to this one actually. So before we actually speak to anyone else once we enter the church, I would recommend perhaps just saving the game at this point. Having saved or not saved, whatever your choice was, just go ahead and speak to this person then. And this is the advisor to the Queen. So once we've gone ahead and got through this initial dialogue, we're going to basically proceed through a certain amount of cutscenes. So as usual, I'll go ahead and be quiet so we can sit back and enjoy. And when you're ready, select yes. And the mermaid here is going to take us on our way to the audience hall. And then we just move forward to the throne.
I welcome you to Nautica, the land beneath the waves. What brings you, Prince of Dundrasil, down to these coral caves?
Huh? How do you know he's the Prince of Dundrasil?
I have a second sight that touches every quarter, by which I keep abreast of all the news above the water. Of doomed love between men and mermaids, let us later speak. First, allow me to present the item that you seek. Behold the shining sphere of green, the orb you humans need. The treasures of the world above are marvelous indeed. Consider this my thanks for what you did for dear Michelle. Pray take it kindly, travelers, and may it serve you well.
And surprisingly, we get the green orb there, without having to do basically anything at all. So no quests, no bosses to go and slay, just get it for free. Not too shabby, eh?
I witnessed the whole sorry tale. It always breaks my heart. The tragedy of man and mermaid doomed to live apart. But while the mermaid's burden holds, such romances are blighted, and love between man and sea maiden fizzles unrequited. For years now I have sought a way to remedy this curse. Alas, my every effort ends in failure or worse. You humans cannot help but seem a fragile kind to we, who live 500 years and more down here beneath the sea. But though the flame of human life burns short, it burns so bright. You never cease to struggle. No, you push, you strive, you fight. And so your kind admire our kind, but we admire in turn. It is the world tree's will that from each other we should learn. It was the world tree's will that brought Michelle and Kai together. I pray that in their next lives they may stay that way forever. So too was it the world tree's will that brought you here today. But now, dear Luminary, you must be upon your way. So set sail on the tide of time that flows ceaselessly on. And if Yggdrasil wills it, we shall meet again anon. Remember, though the paths we walk are filled with twists and turns, all roads lead from the tree of life, and to the tree return.
Righty-ho, so after our audience with the Queen, yeah, we'll get a trophy, see Crossed Lovers, and then we can basically go ahead and we also get an accolade as well, and leave the building now, but just say hello to some of the other people in here, as well as the Queen again, since she's got a pink exclamation. Basically, we're going to be going ahead and doing some quests now, some side quests as well, is what I'm talking about. So we'll go ahead and leave the building by speaking to the mermaid that brought us here. And as you can see, close on the map, there is actually a purple icon indicating that there's a quest available for us. So we're going to head over to there first and pick that one up. Right, so for this particular quest then, this mermaid wants to hear a song. But not just any song, quite a particular song. So we're going to go ahead and accept the quest. There's actually a spear reward for this, which may or may not be an upgrade depending on whether you collected the spear from the casino. For Jade, I did not, since I saved up for the sword and couldn't be bothered to get the spear in the end. But if you did get that, then still do the quest, of course, but don't get too excited over the reward. However, if, like me, you didn't get that spear from the casino, then this should be a nice upgrade when we get it. Okay. So, we're potentially looking for a young boy, although we know that mermaids, of course, live much longer than humans. So maybe he won't be so young, depending on how long ago this took place. We're going to go ahead and zoom then now over to Gondolia. Once back in Gondolia, you're going to want to head over to the northwestern part of the town here, where this tower is protruding out of the ground. And we're going to go ahead and speak to this fellow here. He's the one with the blue cloak on. And look at this, he happens to be singing. And is it possible we found the right person? The young boy, of which this mermaid so fondly remembers his voice? Well, apparently it is. So we'll go ahead and select yes to learning the song here. Right, so once we've gone ahead and spoken to him, we've gone ahead and learned the song that we need to sing. Basically, as you probably guessed, we can zoom back to the previous location. So, Nautica will be the final option on the map, of course. We'll go ahead and select that and head back to the mermaid. So, quite a nice simple quest in the end, actually. And thanks to the zoom spell, it doesn't take us long at all, does it, to get to where we need to go. Okay, so we just go through the song again. And there we have it, the quest is complete. We get Greco's trident. And the quest is done. So that's actually not the only quest we can complete now. Some others have opened up for us as well. But we'll do that in the next episode. For today, I'm just going to go ahead here and see how much of an upgrade from Jade's Glaive 2 is the new spear that we've just collected. What's going on? Oh, there it is. Yep, so, okay, it's a little bit of a boost, but we could actually improve that further as well over at camp. So I probably won't bother to do that just yet. But hey, if you've got the materials to do it, then it might be worth it for you. Alright then guys, well I'm going to finish off, so thanks for joining me. Hope you've enjoyed watching, and do come back again soon as we continue on with Dragon Quest XI. And like I say, I'm doing another quest in the next episode, so it'd be good to get that done. But yeah, cheers for stopping by today guys. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.